Now we've got that set up, we can start looking at the content of our design. The best way to start writing your HTML is to say what you see. We'll start at the beginning, and don't forget you can always go back and edit it, nothing is final. In fact, we most probably will when we come to writing the CSS for it. Make sure you have the image open so we can view it as we code. The first thing we can see at the page is the header running along the top. So let's begin with that, our header. Inside that, we have a logo on the left and navigation on the right. Where the logo is, we have an image of the actual logo and then the word readable. It's always best practice to write the words in HTML rather than make an image of them. So here we're going to have an image of our logo, which you'll find in your assets folder, inside icons. Don't forget the alt text. And then the word readable, which we'll keep as header text. And as it's the main header for our page, we'll use an H1. I'm going to add a section around both of these elements, as content-wise they belong together. If it was just for layout or visual means, I would add a div instead. So that's the content for the left-hand side of our header for both pages. On the right-hand side, we have a nav element. If we take a look at it, the nav element contains 3 links and a search icon. Now it's debatable here whether the search icon is in fact part of the navigation or not. When we come across a conundrum like this with our HTML, the problem of not knowing what HTML to write for something can be solved by asking what that thing does. What's its functionality or purpose? In this case, let's assume that by clicking the search icon, a search form appears to the user so they can write what they want to search for inside. When this search term is resolved, a page will appear with search results on. So again, it's a sort of page link, even if not in the traditional sense. So let's put all of this inside of our nav. We're going to put them in a list, as traditionally this is the most common way of writing a navigation. We don't have to. We could just add 3 anchor tags, but in this example, we're going to. So we have a home link, a categories link, and a contact link. As we don't have pages for these links to go to just yet, I'm going to put a hash link inside of the href attribute. It's like a placeholder for the browser because you can't leave that attribute empty. The search icon, it's not a link. It doesn't directly take you anywhere. It's going to show a form. So in that case, it's actually a button. For the moment, I'm going to write search in the button text. And when we come to write our CSS, we'll look at ways of not showing the search text, but showing an icon instead. And that's our header done. Let's move on to the footer.